Hi everybody, well I got a few more knives to show you. I've been working, busy working all this week, even though the weather has been pretty damn awful, to be honest with you. A couple of knives I've finished. I've also got a very interesting gift knife to show you as well. Right, who are these two for? First one is Nick Brown, for Nick. It's probably the thickest handled knife I've done. He requested Macassar ebony with a thick handle and a dangler. So obviously we got the right hand dangler carry sheath with no fire steel. Need to give it a bit of a buff up actually. Really quite a thick handle, so that will be suitable for fairly large hands, I should think, Nick. These are Corby bolts, so they've got shoulders in and they're screwed and threaded, so you've got the mechanical grip and the epoxy as well, so they're on to stay. Nicely figured. As you look at your hand ribbing on the flats and the logo and the tip, you can see that there. Your plunge lines. So that's that big thick handle. That's that one, Nick. And the other one's an interesting knife actually. Well, interesting sheath I should say, because this is for Kenny Coon. First time I've done anything like this. Because Kenny wanted a knife, a sheath that he could fit onto molly webbing. So he asked me could I come up with a way of doing it, so I spoke to my friend Lee, LB Knives, and he said, he gave me some hints and tips and pointed me in the right direction. So I come up with a strap on the back with two poppers. So basically what you do, you can thread that through your molly, clip it on, and then you've got, I included a D-ring. I know you didn't put this in the order, but I think it's probably a good idea to have that on there, Ken, because you can then put a carabiner through there and also clip that to your molly or to your rucksack or whatever it is. So if the strap ever comes off, you're not going to lose it. It's going to always be held on. I had to build two of these sheaths because the first one I made a mistake on it. First one's over here. Looks a beautiful sheath. But what I forgot to do is inside here, on the back edge of these, you've got backings, steel backings or brass coated steel backings. And that was directly in contact with the knife blade as the blade was being pushed in. And Lee said you want to cover them up with leather. So I don't think you can see them down in there. But anyway, it wasn't a good idea. So the first one, unfortunately, I had to scrap it. So this one has got a leather insert, and the blade of the knife doesn't get scratched up on those steel inserts, the backings of the press studs. So that's that, Ken, and look at your knife. There's the knife, Coca-Cola wood. the tip, and all the things you expect. So that's it, Ken. Hope you like that. I'll show you on the molly. I've got some molly on the back of this Maxpedition pouch, and so I've never used molly in the past, so sort of new to it really. So you can see with the positioning on the molly, it positions through okay, and then it's just a matter of hoppering it. Like that. And so there you go. That's on the molly now. So I hope that satisfies your needs, Ken. You can always add a dangler in there if you want, and then you can have it as a belt carry as well. You've got all options covered then. Now on to a gift knife that was sent me by my friend in Finland, Osmo. He's got a YouTube channel called Thetopica. I think I pronounced that right. And he's given me a knife. It arrived a couple of days ago, and I'll show you that. What Osmo does, up to now anyway, he buys blade blanks in. And in this particular knife, it's high carbon steel blade built by a company called Rosselli, a Finnish knife company. He's the sheath and the handles are what he makes. And this is the sheath, and look at the lovely stamp there of an eagle, and he writes in there that the eagle stamp is from his hometown of Kotka or Kotcha, which means eagle in the Finnish language apparently. So he's put the eagle's head in the leather, and that's on the back of the thing there, back of the sheath there. He's got his initials. Osmo, I think, his initials of his name, and we've got a dangler. The knife itself, the fit of the knife in the sheath, as with all Osmo sheaths, is superb. When I looked at the sheath, I thought there's no welt, and I thought this is a bit strange. And so I looked inside the sheath, and he's put a plastic insert in there, which is a very good idea. And also he's put thin leather over the inside of the press studs there, which is what I had to do on that other sheath. So that's really well constructed, well made. The knife itself is very much a Scandinavian style knife. There you go. With what appears to be very steep, because it's only 3mm thick blade, with probably an 8 or 9mm bevel, making that very shallow grind. But on closer examinations, I think there's a very tiny micro bevel. And it's a high carbon steel blade. And a curly birch handle. Sorry the state of my hands and fingers, I've been dyeing leather this morning. And you can smell tar. He's used oil tar to seal the handle, and then buffed the handle to give it that fine finish. So it's a real good workhorse knife. Very nice Osmo. So everybody go and check him out. That's the Thetopica, and I think he's getting quite a name for himself. This is the second knife I've got from Osmo. The first one is a small sort of puko type carving knife. This is the first one that also sent me some decoration in the leather. A very attractive knife. Again, the blade of this knife was bought in, and Osmo added the handles. So I'm very fortunate to be gifted these two knives, and thank you very much, Osmo, for that. I do appreciate them, and when I get the chance to use them I will. It's just that I've been so busy, you know, with the way things have been, and those that follow my channel will know, and also with the work and having to earn a living. It's really been a hard few months. Anyway, it's all behind us now, and onwards and upwards, as they say. So those are the two knives I finished this week. Next week I will be working on knife builds for Florin, Vic, Neil, and possibly Jerry. Certainly Florin, Vic and Neil. So I guess you guys know who you are. Just one last thing before I go. The results of my wood stabilisation are here, because you know that I've got this wood stabilisation vacuum chamber now, and I've imported the resin from the States. The results are exceptional. Really hard scales. You just get an idea now. They've got to be baked in the oven for the resin to sort of set really hard, and you can just tell. Just how hard that really is. So that should have stabilised those properly, and there's no way they can expand or shrink or crack or anything. So that's it from me for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.